Day one, and today we're gonna change up the formula a little bit. We're gonna do a bit of voiceover on the footage that I caught today. So here we go. Okay, get ready because this is going to be a long one. So this was me basically waking up at 7:30 in the morning before my alarm at 8:30, which is crazy, but I think it's because of the time zone. Anyway, I got ready and then I decided to leave and go get breakfast because I was starving, even though I technically ate Subway like literally the night before 11:30. But that's besides the point. So I made my way all the way to the public market, the Pike Place Market, and pretty much it was great. The weather was not great, but it was a cute little place with a lot of shops that were opening up in early morning, and you could see like a lot of people were getting through. And I got in line for this restaurant that had this sign, almost classy, since in my case it would be 1996 instead of 1957, but I related to it a lot. And it was a beautiful place. They had a great view. So I was sitting basically on a third floor overlooking the seaside, which was great. And I just ordered breakfast, and it was great breakfast. The only thing is I never realized that they would charge me $40 US for it, because that's a crazy price when you convert it to Canadian dollars, which would be about 60 plus tip. But there was beautiful flowers, and then I decided to make my way to the Museum of Pop Culture in Seattle, which was basically next to the tower, and you can see a lot of firemen. I thought the exhibit was on fire or something. It would have been just my luck, because that's how my life is. But you can see kind of the exterior of the museum right there, which is pretty cool. But before that, because my reservation was at 12 and it was only 10:30, I decided to go to another place where they had like a child fun activity, I guess, which felt like camping to them. And I was like, as a child, I would enjoy this so much. And look at this kid doing excavation and figuring out some stuff in the soil. Anyway, I made it to the museum, and they had a bunch of exhibits that were really, really cool. I really didn't expect this. Like, for example, the Terminator, or this outfit basically from, I forgot the show, I'll probably put the name anyway, or this Mars movie thing that really creeped me out as a kid. But it's a bunch of artifacts from pop culture and movie references that you're seeing on screen found in that museum. This is like the Death Star from Star Wars. Star Trek was the name of the outfit that we saw earlier. They had another exhibit called Scared to Death, which was about horror films, and so you can see a bunch of costumes and outfits that you probably can recognize from different scary movies. But it was pretty sick to see it in real life. And then there's a bunch of like hanged bodies that I was like, wow, this is the vibe of a Monday morning when I have to go to work. And yeah, this is kind of how I feel at the end of the Monday day of work, when I'm exhausted. And then they had this activity, this little booth that you have to make a scary face, but then as you can see, it timed it so well that it made just a selfie. Anyway, so then they had a fantasy exposition, where it was all about references to the fantasy worlds, including, for example, this hat that McGonagall was wearing, and artifacts from the original Wicked slash Wizard of Oz movie, including the one that what's her face? Ariana Grande got to hold when she was in an interview somewhere. I forgot. Oh, with Drew Barrymore. Anyway, that's besides the point. So, and this is a bunch of Harry Potter artifacts from the movie, and the real stuff that they were, by the way. But what was really interesting about the museum was everything related to music. As a lot of people know, I'm a huge fan of music production, mixing, marketing, the business, artists, songwriting processes. So, but before that, actually, there was another exhibit that I saw, and I was like, let me dive into it. And it's a gaming one. It was all about indie games. And so I got to play a bunch of little games here and there that were pretty fun to play. But it was filled with children, obviously, because that attracted them. But I still played a little bit. They had a bunch with controllers, or, with stuff. Anyway, this is the outfit that Rihanna wore in the Rude Boy music video, if I'm not mistaken. And they had a exhibition for like the main pop culture one, where it's a bunch of stuff from different eras in pop culture. Like, this is an outfit that Kim Kardashian wore. This is an outfit that Lizzo wore. And Master Chief, all decked out for some reason. From Halo, if you might have recognized. This is an outfit that Beyonce wore for the Deja Vu, I think, music video something like that. And this is outfits by Prince with his guitar as well. So like super cool artifacts related to music. And speaking of music, they had a great exhibition when it came to 4 different genres of music that come from the African American culture, including gospel, and you can see me basically listening to music and like where it started, but gospel, soul, jazz, R&B, I think that's it. I think I'm missing one. Anyway, but I got to basically listen to music, understand the societal movements that really impacted the music industry and genres. And this led to a different type of activity, which was called the Sound Lab. And this is a place where you can actually learn how to play piano, guitar, bass, drum, and or singing, as well as, for example, the pedals that you see on screen right now that are used for guitars to modify the sound, or even mixing, how, you know, the basics of music mixing works. And you're not going to hear the sound because I sucked at it. But I honestly really got lost in that museum, in the sense where I spent 4 hours and a half in that museum, including a whole hour and a half in just that one exhibit, just playing music. And you can see me struggling for the life of me to find a rhythm on a drum. Drums are not meant for me. But I was actually having a lot of fun with the bass, which I didn't record because it sounded horrible, but it was a little easier. And yeah, that's the end of it. But that was the Sound Lab. That was really exciting, and I had such a great time. They even had an exhibit about Nirvana and basically the story of how the albums came to be, Kurt Cobain's story, and things like that. And I ended with the Asian Comics exhibition, which is a temporary one, where I basically learned about the history of comics and where they come from, and the geopolitical situations that also led to the different developments of styles, because it's not just Japan, but pretty much all of the Asian countries that had their own style that was often used for criticism of the current political systems and whatnot. And these are costumes because it really went through time, from the very first like comics or manga all the way through to the end. So yeah, anyway, when I came back, it was finally nice because, as you might remember, it was really horrible when I walked out in the morning. It was great. But anyway, I stopped at McDonald's for lunch, and I also got a nice coffee. Saw this building that was close by to my hotel, and I was like, ooh, that's nice. So I just wanted to show you guys. And that's a zoom in. I don't know why I put 2 pieces together like that. Okay, anyway. And then I was actually meeting up a friend in Seattle. Met a friend that I met last year in Italy, as a matter of fact. But he lives in Seattle. And this was the most anxiety-inducing activity that I had during the day because I had no idea where I was going. And I basically took a bus. I figured out how to take the bus, how to get to that other side of the river. And we were meeting up at this bar that I did not record anything at because, well, I forgot about it. We were so having great conversations, so entertaining, that I forgot about vlogging. But this was at night when I came out of the bar, and he recommended the spot, a park nearby, where the view was amazing of the city. And honestly, it was just like so soothing to sit down and have a look. And there was a little hill that was perfect to overview the entire city. And this is the bar that I had a drink at. And that wraps it up, ladies and gentlemen, for day 1 in Seattle. That was a pretty eventful day. Really had a great time. So yeah, hope you enjoyed. Bye. And just wanted to take a second to show you that a lot of people don't know this about me, because on the internet, well, I'm sitting down in front of the camera all the time and you're not seeing the full body, but I'm actually 6 feet tall, which is fairly tall, even though I don't look like it according to a lot of people. So in my shower, so can you imagine me trying to wash my hair? I literally have to bend down. The world is not made for 6 feet tall people and up at all.